Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. For purposes of this blog, we're going to call him Sheldon, okay? I don't know about all that. Sheldon Scantlebury, call him Sheldon. Now, he was belly aching. He got caught. He got caught red-handed. He's a novice. He didn't know what he was doing. He knew like they say here in this heading, he was trying something different, something new, okay? He was trying his hand at something new, and he got caught right out the gate. Right out the gate. But anyhow, he's in court belly aching, 42 years old. Let me show you what he looks like. This is him here. That's him there. 42. Full grin, everything. 42, okay? So he's in court belly aching that his mom died 10 months ago and no one informed him. So you would think, just go along with me here on this one. If someone were to say to you that he's going through a rough time, my mom died 10 months ago and no one informed me, you would think that your mom died 10 years ago. You only just found out. You only just found out that your mom is dead. So the person that you're talking to is going to say, well, you weren't really close to your mom. You weren't really close to your siblings. You weren't close to your family members because your mother dead and no one told you. And then the second sentence, they informed me 2 weeks after she died. So you see how conflicting these two sentences are? Do you understand how beguiling and how lying and how tricky you guys manipulate language? Yes. Language is a curse. Okay, you're a curse. Y'all try to get all up in space and all up in places you weren't supposed to be. And the people that build this place say, we're going to curse we're going to curse them. And they just confounded your speech. So language is a curse. So they say, but you can say that language, and even sometimes you think you're talking the same language and you think you're on the same wavelength, and people will repeat something you've said, and it's like, is that what they got from what I said? You can't believe it. Sometimes people will say things about you or repeat. They're repeating something you've said, and the inflection, the way they say it is so dirty, is so malicious that you just can't believe. Sometimes it's just best to keep your mouth shut, or if you're opening your mouth to speak, expect that you're going to be misquoted. Expect it, okay? Just get yourself ready for that. But anyhow, so he's saying he's going through a rough time, and he worked at Pebbles Beach doing water sport, and the season is slow. There's always a slow season in tourism, always. So you prepare for the slow season. Okay, I was trying to survive. He's trying to survive, but he never got to sell the DRUGS, the CO, the big CO. He didn't get to sell it. And the acting chief magistrate, Deidre McKenna, said, oh, because the police intercepted you? Yes, the police just don't intercept you, The police just don't just be there. They'll just be for instance, in the US, they'd rather be in a donut shop. You say not eating donuts and you see the belly, right? You see the belly of the cops, right? Just getting big, just getting huge, just getting wide. They'd rather do that. Paperwork is something they don't like. So he didn't just get caught. This guy was running his mouth. He was probably out there saying, hey, I got some food. When you're ready to buy, I got some food. He was running his mouth. He don't know how to do it. He wasn't doing it the right way. So guess what? Somebody told the police on him. Okay, he was snitched on. There was a snitch. Okay, he didn't know how to do what he was supposed to be doing on the down low, and someone snitched on him. So so the police got him. They said, yes. He replied, but they got me. But I also sell provisions. That's also food. It's all food, okay? So he sells, but they caught him for the CO, the big CO, but he sells ground provisions. Okay, so he's gonna beg. Okay, he's gonna beg. I do money. My hips too splendor. Can't go to the doctor, put me in the hotel there and say, Philip, don't do it, I can't take it. He started to, you know that you can see. You can see that he's gonna be begging. Okay, I'm grumbling. But anyhow, she convicted him. She convicted him, reprimanded him, and discharged him for possession with the intent to supply, and reprimanded and discharged him for simple possession. Now, the fine is $750, and he's supposed to pay in 6 months, or he's supposed to pay in 2 months. In 2 months, or 6 months in prison. Thank God, Bruno Bob is not in prison. He would be waiting for you. He would be waiting for you. Okay. So the prosecutor was Chase. He said that police went to Hope's Alley where they saw Scantlebury. He ran and threw something away. That's a dead giveaway. That's a dead giveaway. When you start to run and then you're throwing something out, that's a dead giveaway. You gotta get better with what you're doing. Go and talk to the people down in Bridgetown somewhere, what's the name? The Germains? The Germains? You need to go and ask them, how do you get in and out of this so easily? He was apprehended and the item was retrieved. It turned out to be a transparent plastic bag. Transparent. You don't have to guess. You can just see without even opening it up. What is it? Containing 4 bags, each of which had in the big CO. Later, he later told the policeman, "I ran because I remember I had these things on me, officer. I ran because I remember." What do you mean you remember? That's not something you forget. If you are dealing and you have illegal stuff on you, you don't ever forget that you have it on you or be walking around don't care-ish. You know that you have to, keep your head on. So how he forget that he had it? He had it on him? This is a joke. Okay, Sheldon, that's his name, right? Sheldon, let's call him Sheldon. Sheldon, go into a different business, go into another business, okay? Go into another business, okay? You don't know what you're doing. You're not smart enough to know what you're doing in that particular realm. Just stick to selling ground provisions. Stick to when the season is dry for the tourists, and it happens every cycle. It happens every year. It was not a shock. It's not something that just came out the blue. It happens all the time. So you should prepare that you're getting paid by pebbles and you know that there are 6 months of slowness. Save up for those 6 months. Don't spend all your money. Do not spend all your money. Put money aside for the slow season and plant. Tell people, well, it's coming in 2 months, I'm gonna have this. And in a month, I'm gonna have this. In 3 weeks, I'm gonna have this. Tell them about what you're gonna get from the ground, but you're not ready for the big CO. You're not ready for the big CO and that kind of gang life and running away from police. How you run away from police and still get caught? How you run away from police and still get caught? You're not ready. You are not ready, okay? So that's it on this Sheldon Scantlebury guy who was trying out something new. That's what he said. You believe him? That it was new? But anyhow, he acted so badly and so poorly, it probably was new. But no, that's not for him. That's not for him. Stick to the stuff you do on the water sports, and stick to planting some stuff in the ground and see how that works out. See how that works out. 42 years old. He's 42 years old. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.